Hey everybody, it's Kevin from the Recording Corner, and this is Does It Work? Now, I've got a special one for you today, but before I get into there, I wanted to answer a couple of questions that some of you had, fairly quickly. I'm not going to get extensively on this. The first one was, what is this back here? This is my candle, and it is my vintage oak, and it has one of those like wooden wicks on it, so it does this really soothing kind of crackling sound. Not too bad though. It doesn't really get into the mics, but it makes the studio smell good and makes it smell like fresh mahogany, as Anchorman. No. And the other part is what am I using here on my desk? Well, this is all Avid, and this is an Avid dock, and then I have three S1s. You can't see this one sitting off the screen. I have those. Somebody asked what this little, because this was sticking out. This was sticking out in one of my thing. This basically just is my boy, and my wife wrote, "Daddy, Mommy says dinner is ready," and then he signed his name lovingly. His name is Jonathan, as you can tell. And so that just sits there. And that reminds me of why I do what I do. I do all this for my family. I do this. I want my son to grow up to be proud of his dad. And hopefully know that I tried to do something great and leave a good legacy for him. On top of that, I have right here off screen, I actually have a stream deck in which I am able to switch camera views to the screen and onto, I actually run a Sony 6400. And then I do as you guys know, I do the actual screenshot from the desktop, and that all is controlled through Stream Deck and OBS. Running a 7B, but I actually mixed up some mics a few weeks ago and did a Neumann TLM 103 Anniversary Edition. I'll probably be switching out mics because I just like checking things out while I'm doing things. I'm running everything through two Apollo units over here, a quad and then an Apollo 8P. And on top of that, just running a regular Mac i7 with a 4.2 gigahertz processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM, all kinds of keyboards, vintage back here. And then I have an MPC X over here. And over here, this is my moneymaker. This is my 900 series. It has Chandler preamps, Neve preamps, API preamps in it. I got my 1073s here. I've got a modified PreSonus M80 up here, which is actually 4 channels are modified preamps. Sounds absolutely incredible. This thing was modified by an engineer from PreSonus, and it's got some great stuff. It's got the Jensens in it and everything, and really, really great unit. Over to my left, I'm running a VSX system by Slate right here. And then an SSL for the channel strips and things here. On the other side, I got some SSL fusions. Over here, I have some tube gear. So I just got a lot of gear, got a lot of mics, got a big mic locker and different things, but that really doesn't matter. That's just been years of building up. And the truth of the matter is do you need half the stuff that I bought? I kind of wish I would have never bought it, knowing what was going to happen with the home recording revolution. For monitoring, I run PreSonus Scepters, and then I have the PreSonus sub underneath. Everything in the room was designed by a acoustician, and I'm running actually dual walls all through the studio, floating walls and every other thing. I built this in my garage, so I already got a solid cement floor, which is really great, by the way, to have. And then I ran a layer of acoustic insulation underneath, and then some really nice padded, fabricated, hardwood on top and different things. I have some nice furniture. One day, maybe I'll just kind of do a whole walk around. But until then, that's my Circle of Dust flag back here. And if you guys don't know that is also Clayton from Cell Dweller. And we went to college together and did some cool things and wrote music together. And just love the man, love what he's doing. And he is an inspiration to me as well. So that's about it. That is about it. So what are we going to talk about today? Avenger 2, just released Avenger 2. Now, first thing I want to say about Avenger 2 is this. When I booted this up on my screen, it crashed my computer 4 different times. So Pro Tools went down in a blaze of glory trying to get this thing up and running. It took forever to download the libraries. And so right off the bat, not the best showing, but if you ever notice sometimes when there's a new release of something, those are kind of the quirks that you deal with, though I don't agree with it. I think these should have all been worked out ahead of time. But I also know they were running into some like DDoS attacks and some different things that were going on their launch and whatever else. So if I had to compare this to a plugin side by side, it would be Avenger and RFX Nexus 3. So Avenger 2, Nexus 3. And those two companies are kind of related somehow. I'm not sure of the whole dynamic there, but they're very similar romplers in a lot of the things that they do. But so let's look at what this looks like up front. Now, as you can see, I don't have it up. I'm going to bring up the window right now and show you guys. Here we are. This is what it looks like when you first bring it up. Right off the bat, I can shrink it down or blow it up. I'm just gonna, kind of blow it up as far as I can get it, so you all can see it even better as well on YouTube or wherever you're tuning in from. Yeah, actually, you know what I'll do too? Let me take this, roll that over. Let me see if I can. Wait, what was going on when I just did all that? Kind of lost the side there into the side. Okay, that's about as big as I'm going to blow it up to. That is fine. We'll blow up. No, yeah, so right about there. That's about as big as it's going to get. Okay, so there we go. I've loaded just a preset ahead of time. One of the things that when I loaded this at first, it does this. Wow, everything's kind of freaking out right now. It did this whole kind of like RFX does here. The other thing I noticed is when I went back to my Factory 2 bundle, it did not install, which is really weird. And I don't know why, because I spent hours loading these, but that's just something I have to look into as to why. It has a factory, which was weird because that actually installed. And then I bought some like expansions for it, and I really like Cyberpunk, so I'm just, so let's go factory first, and then we'll go from there. So this is the factory. Now, what am I using as my controller is I'm actually using a Native Instruments controller. The complete controller, 61 key, special edition, all white keys. I actually love this thing, by the way. If you guys want the controller to rule them all, this is the controller I think rules them all. I love how it integrates in with the Native Instruments environment, and I actually love the screens. I love the feel of the keys. I also have an M Audio one. From back in the day. I can't remember the name of it now. Absolutely love that one too, and I'm torn because I love using both, but I've got this one for now, and maybe I'll switch that out. Who knows? But my M Audio one has the, the drum pads on it and different things. This one does not. So this is one of the preset sounds. And I believe, let me see if it will. It doesn't chord, so this is just single note. Let's go bass finger. This one's called Big Show, I think. So right off the bat, realizing that, this is going to be something that you can use in a lot of things, but mostly, electronic EDM maybe kind of stuff. Now, one of the things, instruments, let me come down here. It is ballad time. The house was asleep. Christmas was coming. The children were dreaming about Christmas. Okay, hope you enjoyed our story. Let me see what's going on down here. So, tone. It looks like I have an editor. Definitely going to have to do a deep dive on this one. So I see the synth wave up there is moving as I move this. Don't know what it's doing. Oh, there we go. I hear that. Okay, cool. Ooh. Plucky. All right. Motion horns. Oh, Nike. Love this down here. Loving this up here. That is really cool. Ooh. Very nice. Love the granular readout here as well. What if I don't know what that's doing. Like I said, man, this is quite extensive, and I'm not going to have time to go through all of these parameters. I will do a deep dive on this as we get going, but this is, once again, does it work? Does it work? You know, so far it didn't when I booted it for, 4 times, but now it is. Yeah, that sounds pretty realistic. Okay, so one thing, I know you could probably shut this off. One thing I know some people really like to listen before they load the sound. I actually like loading the sound, messing with it. So I'm not a big preview guy. So I know there's a way probably to shut off this preview. Sun rack, what is this? Oh, okay. So we got, okay. I'm looking. Right. Is there a way to, what is this? Load, maybe, an effect? Load. I'm adding effects. I don't know how to add. Oh. Okay, so what I would say off the bat, I need to look this up, but it would be cool if you could add your own effects in there from your collection. I'm not sure if you can. Maybe you can. If you can, and somebody knows this, please put it below for the rest of us. If you have like a VST effect or something like that from your plugins. I like the CPU usage. Actually, for the extensiveness of what I'm seeing, this is really low usage going on here. We've got some cool leads. Wait a minute. Maybe this is how I shut off the preview. Yeah, on off. So, okay, right there's how you shut off the preview. This is category alphabetic. So if you have a different category that you want in alphabetic there, got it. Favorites, hearts, and stars. I'll put those. I normally actually, as I go through, I actually mark which ones I really like and which ones I don't. Oh, air raid. Oh, heck yeah. Wow, I could hear that at a, Tomorrowland or whatever. Ooh, if we go up, I bet you it sounds like somebody screaming. That's pretty fun. All right. Yeah, about ready to drop the beat. Okay. And if you're on ecstasy, that was awesome to you. Okay, let's go to sequences, because this is where a lot of these really shine, is you can get some really great ideas from the sequences. So let's start with that. We're grooving, we're moving, we're grooving and we're moving. We're dancing, we're jumping, we're all around and pumping. Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay, I could hear it. And it's chorded. So let's try to chord that. Yeah. So that's nice too. Okay, that was impressive. What is that? Okay, I would probably never use that preset. Probably never use that one either. Hands up! Hands up! Okay, that's fun. So there's a lot of really kind of fun presets already. I'm telling you, I would probably be sucked into the black hole of Avenger for hours just with these presets coming up with ideas. And I think like my hard drive would look like song 1 test with a date, song 2 test with a date, song 3. I mean, it's really cool. This one says chill at 175. I actually have mine set at 118, so. Ooh. Everybody chilling. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much key stuck. Okay, let's go on. Okay, if you definitely like kind of that 8-bit kind of stuff, that's pretty cool. Let's go down here to E. Yeah, so far I like this. You know, what I want to say is some people go, well, that's cheating. If it makes a great song, if it helps you to write a great song, it's not cheating. It's literally a help tool to help you get there. And it's an inspiration tool, like everything is. You know, I heard Trent Reznor once say that he uses technology to be able, as like an instrument, and to bring on like inspiration. And that's kind of what we're doing here with these as well. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to load in my cyberpunk stuff because I like writing cyberpunk, and I want to see how close this really is to like cyberpunk kind of stuff. So let's go there and let's see what the cyberpunk stuff does. Okay, here we are. Pretty good. Let's hear this one. So cyberpunk always has that kind of driving, but you know. Let me hear this and this. I feel like I'm driving in the video game right now. If you guys ever played Cyberpunk 2077, I feel like I'm on a mission. We're gonna go get the brand new secret weapon of the right arm that's gonna blow up the world. Oh, so this is cool. This is just little stab sounds. Huh, okay. Got it. It's just called chemicals. Is that what that says? Yeah. See, that's got a really good feel, right? Especially for cyberpunk. So I love kind of the bottom part, but those leads aren't really doing it for me too much, but they may be doing it for you, but they're not doing it for me. That one's doing it for me. Yeah, that one's really doing it for me. Let's hear this one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. All right. So these are sequences, but if you really want to get into this thing, I think you're going to have to get into, like, I don't know, a vocal? Cyberpunk. What does a cyberpunk sound like? Sounds like that. Cyberpunk. Okay. Creepy on a dark night. I'm on a lot of cold meds, guys, right now, so if this video comes out whacked, that's the reason why. That is a nice pad. Actually, I could hear that on a worship team. Yeah. Nice pads. Definitely like the pads. Big hit. What's big hit? Ooh. Oh, that's pretty wicked. Okay. All right. Well, here is where I'm at so far. This is going to need a lot more exploring because there is, I mean, they've got like breath control, expression, sustain pedals, random stuff, pitch thing. Oh yeah, this thing has got everything. What's the scream? Sounded like a moped that's about ready to die. Okay. What's the siren? Okay. All right, I'm going to do one more for y'all because this is kind of a special deal, and I know I'm running a little over on this video. Let's do some synthwave. I like that as well. Let's go into whatever this is, body something. That's a little bit cyberpunk-like, huh? You may all be saying like you're not a real musician because you're sitting on the white keys. There's a reason for that because my keyboard slides way out, and if I were to slide it out, I'd be kind of like off the camera. So what I've done is I've only exposed like yay much of my white keys down here, and that's what I'm using right now. And my sustain pedal is like way over there, so I'm not going to get that right now. Otherwise, I would just keep this beat going. All right. Let's try this one. Lots of delay. See, I think the cool thing too is like if you look over here and this is all your effects, there's a compressor going on here and all these effects. The cool part is it looks like you can turn them off, obviously, and then use your own, or you can use what they have. And honestly, what they have doesn't sound bad. Let's try one more style for those who don't like any of these styles that I was just doing. Future pop, tropical house. Future vocal, maybe. Yeah. We'll do a sequence future vocal for y'all. Nice. So nice little lead up here. Okay, let's see what this does. So that's pretty cool, and definitely not playing perfectly to anything here. It's literally, I'm just testing this out. But I can hear where this would be really an inspiration to jumpstart a song or get your kind of creative mind going to write a song and different things. It's really nicely done. I would like to hear. So here's the thing. I'm not like a big Avenger 1 person at all. I don't know what I just did there. An Avenger 1 person. I never used it. I might have bought it. I have no idea. I may not have bought it. I have no idea. But I definitely know I didn't use it because I use a lot of the REFX Nexus stuff. And so when it comes to this, it is very similar, but it has its own kind of unique way of doing things too. Both of them being kind of like a rompler thing where there's, preset kind of sounds and different things in there. And it's not bad at all. They sound nice. That's whack. That sounds cool. Future voice, that's why. So that's giving me a bass line kind of run already. Plucked sequences, synth voice. Drums. Well, let's hear what drums sound like. Oh. Ooh, that one's nice. So those, you know what? I could actually use some of those in some of my productions when I'm mixing rock, believe it or not, because it's got that really nice dunk going on, your shunk, thing going on within there. Noise impact. Oh, that's kind of a nice. That would sound really good in between, kind of a transition to things. That's really cool. Let's hear the reverse. Yeah, that's nice too. So nice little, kind of what I call ear candy elements within there as well. Future vocal, future pop, tropical house. One more, guys, because I'm just having a little bit of a blast right now with this. All right, everybody hit the dance floor. Yeah, that sounds better as lead. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, I'm coming back. I could spend probably a lot more time on this than what I did. Oh, my thoughts on Avenger 2. Wow. So many thoughts on this plugin. First of all, not comprehensive at all. Don't know all the things going on in there. We'll definitely have to read the manual, do a deep dive, figure out what's happening. Would this plugin, here's for me, would this plugin sway me away from using Nexus? That's the big question mark, because I think with these two... Woo! That was a bonus song, by the way. I think with these two plugins, you're either one or the other. You're either like the Nexus guy or the Avenger guy. Maybe you're the both person. I don't know. But they are so similar. Now, I think what I believe, I'm going to say this. For me, Nexus has just this vast library of sounds now. They may as well. But the other thing is that Nexus, because I've used it so much, I'm really familiar with everything is within Nexus, so I can get there quickly and do things quickly with Nexus and move fast within it. And I understand its quirks and different things. Now, the one thing I have to say about Nexus, when that released at first, they were having a lot of the same issues of it, kind of booting and licensing issues and all this other stuff. And over the course of like a year, man, they have tweaked that thing, and it is amazing. I just zero hiccups on my end of using Nexus at all. Avenger's going to get there. I know that because this is a quality company that makes quality plugins. And I know that they're going to keep tweaking this. Avenger was such a staple for so long. I know that because I know a lot of producers and friends of mine who've just used it religiously over and over again. And they had all the time, man, just to make that thing a mean machine. And then they released 2. And when 2 releases, you expect, like I said, some of those quirks. Now, for me, it was frustrating because it kept crashing Pro Tools over and over again. And as a producer who's trying to move fast, or can you imagine being with a client and all of a sudden it crashes and then it crashes again, then it crashes again? You can't have that in a studio environment. It really makes you look unprofessional, even though it's not your fault. You're not the one that programmed that. You're not the one that made it, and you're not the one that made it crash. Whatever's going on is between like Pro Tools and Avenger and the computer and them not liking each other and inward battles of the digital zeros and ones. And then it just crumbles. And then it looks like the Matrix zeros and ones floating down. And then you can see the cat walking through. So that is where I'm at with this, is that the frustration was on the front part. The sound quality is absolutely freaking cool. I would use this on a bunch of different kind of EDM, cyberpunk, electronic kind of production. That is what this is really geared toward. Nexus, I've noticed too, has been moving more into even some more studio kind of sounds that are more like general friendly as well. Whereas Avenger to me seems like a company that's more like, this is what you're going to get and this is what we are. And, their identity is pretty sealed within that. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. But saying all that is that I really do like this plugin. Now, I don't like what it did at the beginning. I also don't like that it took forever to freaking download the sound banks. I had to literally go away overnight. I have fast internet here, by the way. It's almost like a gig per second download, but it was not going anywhere near that fast downloading these. It downloads everything else at that speed, but now with this, whatever's going on with their servers, which they're probably getting hammered, it was not moving that fast. So I literally went to sleep at night and came back the next day, and they were finally all downloaded. So that took forever as well. Once again, if I'm in a production environment, I would expect that speed to be up. It wasn't. And once again, I'm not paid off by anybody, so I'm just giving you my honest kind of viewpoints on this. I did, on some of the leads, I thought they were a little too wimpy. They didn't cut through quite enough. So maybe a little bit of whatever's going on, mixing those in by hand. I do know this with Nexus, their leads always seem to really cut through really nicely as well. I like both companies. I'm not favoring per se one over the other. I'm just very comfortable with one, where I would need to get very comfortable with this, which I'm going to, because this is another tool where I could work off of, where I could get inspiration to write, some songs or pieces of songs and come together, and then maybe even marry those two together, Nexus and these guys, and come out with the best of both worlds in one of my productions. So this is really a solid effort, obviously, by Vengeance Sound. I know some of y'all are fanboys of these guys. I'm not, because I haven't been in it enough, but I understand where it comes from because, Nexus to me, though I'm not really a fanboy of Nexus, I just enjoy using it because it's quick to mock up things. and it's stable. To me, that's the thing. When I'm using something, by the way, just so you all know, stability is key in a production environment. If I was, not making money off my productions and had the time to troubleshoot everything and its mother, then I might not be so cranky. But I get a little cranky when, it doesn't work the way it's supposed to. By the way, just like these S1s right now by Avid, these the pads and the app isn't connecting at all to the software, and it's irritating the crap out of me because the last version worked beautifully, and now they seem to gone to pot, and now I basically have controllers without screens, which is irritating me on some level. Now I got to troubleshoot that in a production environment. Are you hearing me, Avid? Fix your crap, okay? And same thing with you, Vengeance. Fix your freaking plugin. I know. So here was the other thing, too. There was an update today that went through, and when I went to go through to get it, it said it couldn't install. Then I went to their website, and guess what? It crashed. It was down. So I couldn't even get the main download manager off their site because it was down. That, to me, guys, man, that is productivity killer, and that is money killer for people who are in production. And you guys that are making the software, you got to get better at what you do. For guys like us who make a living doing this. And that's all I'm at right now, guys. I'm just honest. I'm just giving you the honest truth. So, wrenches. I might start doing flames. I don't know. I like wrenches. If y'all like wrenches, just comment below. If you want me to do fire flames, I could do those as well. But I give it a rating system of 5 flame stars, wrenches. I do wrenches for does it work? Like fixing something. Does it work? Didn't boot up 4 times. Did not work. Sound quality. Awesome. 5 wrenches. The ability not to boot up, 1 wrench. And so I'm going to give this a 3 to start with. And I think that this will be a 5 within about 6 months. That's what I think. They'll tweak it. They'll make it amazing. It will get great stuff. So if you want sounds, if you want inspiration, this is the plugin, but you may be waiting a while for it not to crash your system. I got lucky when it booted this time. I thought it was going to crash a 5th time. And that's it, guys. If you like it, man, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I love the comments. I love interacting with all of you on there. We are 3,300 strong. My next goal is to hit 5,000 of you out there in production. And man, I'm just enjoying doing these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying them too. I will see you on the next one, in which I'm going to take a quick look, even though I can't test it for you. We're just going to take a quick look at the Slate VSX system, and I'm going to tell you why that system. I'm not sponsored by Slate. I own that system, but I want to stray off the path a little bit. Then, for y'all, we're going to move all the Recording Corner content that I have created, which is on all these hard drives. We're going to move it to this channel. I decided to do it that way to not have multiple channels. So we're going to do stuff like, does it work being an indie artist? Does it work, music production? Does it work? Music production deep dive, compressors, it's all going to be now housed on this channel because this channel seemed to have grown beyond what I thought it was going to when I first started a few weeks ago. And it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. One of the next videos coming up down the line, and I'm arranging it right now, is I have an interview with a guy by the name of Isaiah Smallwood, who was on American Idol, got the golden ticket. He's an indie artist locally in this area. And I want to talk about being an indie artist, and I'm going to bring in a friend of ours too, Sharax, and they just may be regulars within our roundtable discussion, and then bring in other guests with those guys as well. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be a great journey, man. Guys, tune in, like, subscribe. I'm so happy you guys are part of this community. I love being able to share all of this with all of you. So I'll see you guys on the flippity flip on the next video. I'll see you guys later.